In the first three steps, we talked about learning and mastering new concepts, that is about giving input and input. But success is not dependent on input, but it is rather dependent upon what output you are able to produce in the examination hall. Results of a survey said that most of the students fail not because of lack of knowledge or input, but because of inability to convert that input into output, that is final score. So the basic issue over here, the basic issue which comes into limelight is that how do you maximize and how do you manage and maximize your output, and that is where testing comes into play. Test plays a very important tool in order to measure and monitor your output. It is and measuring and monitoring output is the first step towards improving your output. A test will tell you where you are, where you have to be, what is the gap, which subject the gap is maximum, and how exactly you should go about reducing that gap. Let us understand this concept in detail by going to the blackboard. Let us understand the concept of output. When you are studying through books, school, coaching or correspondence, you are giving input. That input is being processed and you are producing final output. Now your success and failure, final output or net score. Now your success and failure is not dependent over here on input, but is rather dependent upon output. So the output, in order to measure and monitor, you are using test so as to measure and monitor your output. Now let us take the example of a student. For example, if a student gives a test which consists of 200 questions, he attempts 150 questions and 50 questions are unattempted. Now out of this 150 attempted questions, there are 110 are correct and 40 questions are wrong. So now in order to improve his output, the problem area lies over here, that is the 40 questions which he has not attempted, which he has attempted wrong, and 50 questions which he has not attempted. Now this is where the problem lies. Now in order to analyze with the help of a test, in order to analyze how should we go about identifying this problem and how should we go about removing this problem, we ask this student कि आपके जो क्वेश्चन 40 क्वेश्चन जो गलत हैं, हम बच्चे को फिर से 40 मिनट देते हैं. We give another 40 minutes to the child and ask him to reattempt these 40 questions. Now when he is reattempting these 40 questions in 40 minutes after exams, he solved some of the questions, while some of the questions he was still unable to solve. Now out of these 40 questions which he solved after the examinations, he was able to correctly solve 15 questions and 25 questions he was still unable to solve. Now in case of these 15 questions which he was able to solve after examination hall, clearly this signifies that there was no problem with the input. The input was the same. So here he initially attempted these 15 questions wrong, not because of lack of input, but because of inability to convert this input into output. The reasons behind why he did these questions wrong can be that he read the question wrong, or there was some calculation mistake, or these silly mistakes. And remember, in competitive examinations, life and death is just 1 mark away, and 15 questions roughly means around 50 to 60 marks. I am talking about improving your score by 60 marks. But now the problem with most of the students is that, or our conventional education system is that you appear in a test. If you score less, the only solution which your teachers and parents will recommend to you is that study hard. But actually in some cases, जो आपका स्कोर कम आ रहा है वो जरूरी नहीं है सिर्फ कम पढ़ने की वजह से आ रहा है. उसका एक कारण ये भी हो सकता है कि जो आपने पढ़ा हुआ है या जो आपको आता है उसको आप ठीक तरीके से अप्लाई नहीं कर रहे. और जैसे ही हम बच्चे को, द मोमेंट वी टेल द चाइल्ड कि आपके 15 क्वेश्चन गलत हुए और 60 नंबर आपके इस वजह से गए क्योंकि आपने क्वेश्चन ढंग से नहीं पढ़ा, या आपकी कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक हो गई, या सिली मिस्टेक हो गई, वी आर मेकिंग द चाइल्ड रियलाइज, एंड द फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ इंप्रूवमेंट इज रियलाइजेशन ऑफ द मिस्टेक. सो दिस इज व्हाट आई वाज ट्राइंग टू टेल यू, is that the basic problem with these 15 questions was not of input, but of inability to convert input into output. We just understood the concept of output and how do you measure the output and how do you monitor and how do you improve the output. And as I said, the testing is one of the very important tools to monitor and improve your output. Now whenever we are talking about testing, there are 3 critical parameters which you should regularly monitor after you appear in a test. First one is speed. Speed is the time. As I said that in competitive examinations, it is not important that whether you know a question or not, or it is not important that whether you solve a question or not. But what is important is that how quickly you solve the question. It is nothing but a race against time. So speed is the time you take to solve one question. Speed is one of the very, very crucial factors. I'll share with you another interesting incident. As I told you before that AIETS conducts national level test series, we were conducting national level test series in our Allahabad test center, and there were many batches who were actually giving this test. In one of the batches, what we did was that after each test we calculated the speed of the child, and we wrote the speed of the child on a big white chart and pasted that white chart in the classroom, and we asked the student कि हर टेस्ट को करने के बाद आप अपनी स्पीड कैलकुलेट करके अपने आप उस पे व्हाइट चार्ट पे लिखिए. And in the another class we did not do anything, and it was going on regularly without any monitoring. Surprisingly, after 3 tests and 2 months, the speed of the students whose speed was continuously monitored and written on the white chart improved by 20%, whereas the speed of the students whose speed was not monitored remained as it is. We went back to the classroom and asked the student कि भाई साहब या भैया या students आपकी speed कैसे बढ़ गई? They said that sir, we have not done anything. It is this white chart which is doing anything. So what I am trying to tell you friends over here is that it is very important to monitor each and every activity after you write a test. I will share with you another very interesting incident. We were doing a similar kind of a seminar, and one of the students asked me a question. Sir, I have reached the peak of my speed and I have reached the peak of my strike rate, but my score is still less than what is expected from me in order to clear the examination. What should I do? What he was trying to say was that कि स्पीड और स्ट्राइक रेट किसी भी एक पैरामीटर को एक लिमिट तक बढ़ाया जा सकता है. तो अगर वो लड़का जो क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा था उसका मतलब ये था कि स्पीड जितनी वो बढ़ा सकता था बढ़ा चुका, स्ट्राइक रेट जितना इंप्रूव कर सकता था उतना कर चुका, पर उसका स्कोर अभी भी कट ऑफ से कम आ रहा है, तो उसको क्या करना चाहिए? That is where the third and the most important factor comes into play, that is selection of questions. Selection of questions means what to do and what not to do. In an examination hall, there would be many questions which are typical speed breaker kind of a question. अगर उस क्वेश्चन में आप फंस जाते हैं, तो वो क्वेश्चन आपका, अगर आप उसको और फंस जाते हैं और उस क्वेश्चन को अगर आप अटेम्प्ट करते हैं और उस क्वेश्चन को अगर आप सही डायरेक्शन में अप्रोच या अटैक नहीं कर रहे, तो हो सकता है उस क्वेश्चन को करने में आपको 5 मिनट भी लग सकते हैं, 10 मिनट भी लग सकती हैं. हर स्टेप पे आपको लगेगा कि अब आंसर आया और आप आगे बढ़ते चले जाएंगे और वो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं होगा. These are typical speed breaker kind of questions which have a trick, which have a catch, which have a funda. If you are able to catch that trick and funda, you would be able to solve it quickly. If you are not able to understand that trick, catch or funda, it can consume a lot of time. So ideally, what I mean by selection of questions is that you should identify what is that you have to do and what is that you don't have to do. Let us understand this with the example of the student which we discussed. Here, if you see, the student had attempted 110 questions correct and 40 questions wrong and 50 questions were unattempted. Now we analyzed this performance of the student and we gave him 50 minutes and we asked him to attempt these 50 questions. ये 50 क्वेश्चन जो बच्चा एग्जामिनेशन में पहले नहीं कर पाया था, हमने एग्जाम के बाद उसको फिर से 50 मिनट दिए और उससे कहा कि आप ये 50 क्वेश्चन दोबारा से कीजिए. जब उसको हमने ये टाइम दोबारा से दिया तो इस 50 मिनट में से उसने 30 क्वेश्चन किए और 20 क्वेश्चन नहीं कर पाया. इन 30 क्वेश्चन में से आउट ऑफ दीज 30 क्वेश्चंस वी आस्क्ड हिम टू कैटेगराइज कि कितने क्वेश्चन इजी हैं, कितने क्वेश्चन एवरेज हैं, कितने क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट हैं. ही सेड दैट आउट ऑफ दीज 30 क्वेश्चन 15 वर इजी, 10 were average and say 5 were difficult. These were easy, these were average, these were difficult. Now here clearly it shows that कि 50 क्वेश्चन जो बच्चा नहीं कर पाया था एग्जामिनेशन में, जो उसके अनअटेम्प्टेड रह गए थे, एग्जाम के बाद जब हमने उसे 50 मिनट का टाइम फिर से दिया तो उस 50 क्वेश्चन में से उसने 30 क्वेश्चन सही कर दिए. उन 30 क्वेश्चन में से जब हमने उसको इजी, एवरेज और डिफिकल्ट में कैटेगराइज करने के लिए कहा तो उसने कहा कि 15 क्वेश्चन इजी हैं, 10 एवरेज हैं, 5 क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट हैं. दिस शोज कि 15 क्वेश्चन इजी बच्चे ने अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं किए. That means there is a typical problem related to selection of question. Ideally these questions should have been done in the first round. So that is what I was trying to say when I was trying to tell you about selection of questions. So I would try to summarize point number 4, wherein we talked about increasing your output. Testing is one of the very important tools. Testing is one of the very important tools to measure, monitor and improve your output. Whenever you write a test, whenever you write a test, you should ideally spend 1-2 hours in doing postmortem of the test. Where is that I went wrong? Test should give you an answer. Test should tell you what is that you have to do in the next test. What is that you have to do in the next test so as to improve your score. Test is not a test if it doesn't tell you where you are, where you have to be, what is the gap, which subject the gap is maximum, and how exactly you should go about filling the gap. Whenever you are taking a test, three important parameters which you should identify, which you should measure is speed, strike rate, and selection of question.